Florida Real Estate Mastermind Network event on September 20th is going to be over the top. We've got a great lineup of speakers, but when we announce those two secret signature speakers, it's going to blow everyone's mind. Hey, Lucy Quinones passing by to encourage you to join us at this next event. We have literally seen the growth and exponential growth of businesses, communities, leaders, people that have built relationships, people that are now at a whole different place in their business, in their life, in their careers, because of the spirit and the unity and the atmosphere that has been evolving at this event. This is not just another gathering. This is not just another let's get together and network. This is an experience, and I want you to be part of it at the next one. Click the link and join us. And that is right. That is correct, my friends. Welcome to another space and place of Agents in the Trenches. If you're watching us live, go ahead and hit #live. If you're going to be watching us on replay, go ahead and hit #replay. Tell us where you're connecting from. Tell us where you're watching from. Share this live because I am so humbled. I can't even express what my heart feels. I am so humbled by the fact that this that began over 2 years ago has now become the most impactful real estate industry event in Southwest Florida. The place that is bringing the Eagles together, the place that has co-elevated other real estate leaders that were behind the scenes, the place that has united people from all walks of life. And today they can literally say that they've made connections that have transformed their lives. The place where other frontline leaders are coming together to collaborate and open up their playbooks without that spirit of competition, because together we rise, together we can go farther. And it is because of that that my heart is filled with so much gratitude, so much joy. When we started this 2.5 years ago, it was just a couple of people at a restaurant. But the vision has always been great, and the vision has always been huge. And it is just getting started, my friends. And today I am blessed to have two wonderful people that have been part of the evolution of this vision. And they're going to be sharing, because we are getting ready for the most empowering and powerful experience Southwest Florida has seen, felt, and had in the real estate industry. And when I say the real estate industry, I'm not just talking about realtors. All of us make up the real estate industry, from workers to professionals to business people to entrepreneurs to community servers to everyone that is a real estate industry provider of their service or product. The real estate industry moves our economy, and that's why I love real estate, because it is the vehicle that changes lives, just like it changed my life 2.5 decades ago when I was a little puny, know-nothing realtor, just wanting to make enough money to feed my children and get ahead with my husband. But you know what? Today, I can look back and say, wow. And that being said, I want to bring up my running partner who has been through the highs, the lows, right? The thick, the thin, the good, the bad, the ugly, the real, the raw. My running partner and co-host, as you guys know, Talia, who has said yes to everything, including, I'll never forget, this will go down in my stories and my books that I will be writing. When I first met you and you said, I want to be, what did you say?
I said, I want to be like you.
And I answered her the same thing I've always answered. I've trained over 6,000 real estate agents in my career, over 6,000. I said, are you sure? Because everybody sees the glory, but they don't know the story. So what do we got today at this Agents in the Trenches for everyone that's going to be watching?
Yes, we have two incredible humans. I mean, these people are just like full of life and just a breath of fresh air, right? But first, I do want to say, yes, I definitely have seen also like the evolution of this as well. Just, first coming in as just a an attendee and a guest, right? And then being a part of it, and, the back end, and learning how much work this takes. But it's been so cool to watch it grow. And I thought about this earlier today as well. It's like watching a baby, like when you have a baby and watching them grow from like infant to 2 years old, 3 years old, 5 years old, and just seeing in this little small time of when we started the mastermind how big it has gotten, and the last one breaking record for attendees, for sponsors, and it's just so cool. So grateful to be a part of it. Thank you, Lucy, for just believing in me, trusting me with being your running partner. It's been one heck of a ride, but I wouldn't trade it for the world. So, yeah.
It's been an adventure. So let's bring up our guests, and let's get this party started today.
Let's do it. Okay, perfect. So first to the stage, let's bring up Mari G and Gus Alfaro. Hi, guys.
Hey.
Hello.
Hey.
All right.
So
So
let's kick it off. Yeah. Go ahead, Tali.
no, I was just gonna say I would love for you guys to both, introduce yourselves. We'll start ladies first. Mari G, tell us a little bit about yourself. What do you do? Who do you help? And then we'll kick it off with Gus afterwards.
Thank you so much. It's such a pleasure to be here. Good morning to all of you that are watching live, afternoon, evening. To those of you that might be watching the replay, my name is Marissa Gonzalez, aka Mari G. I am the founder of Mari G Solutions. I have been a traditional business owner for the last 4 years, and the focus of our business is to help individuals understand the fundamentals of their finances. And so people will say, do you do investments? Nope, I don't. We talk about the basics, budgeting, savings, and how to maximize your credit score to make sure that we can get you to those dream things that you desire, bigger credit card balances, a dream car, your dream home. And so everything for us starts with the foundation of education, being able to pour back into our community and just give them the necessary resources that many of us didn't have as we grew up.
Awesome.
That's awesome.
All right, Gus, tell us a little bit about you.
Well, how's it going, everybody? My name is Gus with TVF Mortgage. So happy to be back on here. It's always a pleasure to be alongside with Lucy and Talia. Today, Mariki, and it's just an honor to be here. But I'm a loan officer with TVF Mortgage. We do everything when it comes to residential. We have pretty much every product on the market. We're a broker, at the same time a correspondent lender. And at the end of the day, as we have all those options available for our customers, the significance of TVF, it's the bone family, and we treat everybody like family, and that is what we strive to do, and that's just how we treat our customers and make sure that they're happy throughout the entire experience, now and in the future when we look at their finances in the future for future homes or refinances.
That's awesome. Great. Well, we are here to talk about our upcoming Southwest Florida Real Estate Mastermind. And I want to kick it off with Gus because I recall exactly a year and 2 months ago. I mean, who's counting, right?
I am.
Exactly a year and 2 months ago when, all we had was one sponsor. That's all we had. That's the only thing we could count on. I was pushing this vision forward with my staff. Believing in my heart that it was going to make an impact. I had made a decision to be a woman of impact, to make a difference, to be a frontline leader and a leader of, a servant heart, where I knew, and that was my number one commitment to myself was I am going to put everyone else on the limelight before I ever even take that limelight for myself. And Gus, we share a little story that goes something like, do you want to say it or you want me to share it?
Go ahead.
Maybe different versions of it. I don't know.
My story might be a little different from your story, so I want to hear yours first, and then I'll tell you mine.
Okay, cool. That sounds cool. So the story went a little bit like this. Oh, there's this mortgage lender that wants to sponsor. And I was like, oh my goodness, absolutely. I mean, we were you know, fronting everything financially and just carrying the vision. And I said, yeah, let's do it. And then when I saw you pitch your company, because that was the opportunity for the one and only sponsor that we had, was they could come up and pitch their company. That was the very first time that we were doing it here at the Academy, because I had decided, we're never going to grow at the restaurant. We're never going to grow at the restaurant. The restaurant was a strategy that I was using in case no one showed up. The people having lunch there still made it seem like we were full, right? Because I've been down this road before of putting events together. And I remember when you stood up to pitch your company, I said, this guy has a talent. This guy has so much potential. And I would love to be part of his success. And I want to be his launching pad. I want to be his launching pad. And so I invited you to be one of my panelists in the July one, right? Because we're doing it every month, right? We've been pushing every month. And I remember when you showed up for that day to be a panelist, I'm like, it doesn't get any simpler than being a panelist. You sit down and we ask questions and you answer. I remember you were sweating bullets. You were so nervous, but I admired one thing. And that's what I look for in people, is the willingness to push beyond their fear factor, their freak out mechanism. So that is a story that I'll forever remember, because you said yes, even though you were sweating. You were like, oh my God.
I don't remember how much I was sweating, but I probably was sweating. It's very, very easy for me to sweat, especially here in Florida. But yeah, I'll go along with that story because I like that one more than mine.
But tell us yours.
Well, the way I heard about it, and it's just, I really wholeheartedly believe that really God has a plan, and his plan is perfect. I had met a lady by the name of Linda McComish at an open house, and she's part of EXP, and she had gone to one of your masterminds beforehand, and this wasn't even a part of the discussions. I literally went into an open house. I talked to the lady for 45 minutes. We had a very great conversation, and I told her, hey, look, let me come host your next open house, which was the following weekend. Literally did the open house with her, and as I left, she's like, hey, like, there's this mastermind, and you can get in front of people, and they're looking for sponsors. And so I was like, yeah, let's do it. And that's when I reached out to Thalia the next Monday, and the rest is history. So that's my story. But yeah, something that from the very beginning is you push me to be on panels, you push me to speak, you push me to do all these things. But one thing I will say is that I did say yes every single time. I never said no to you. And because of that, I have grown so much personally, because I've gotten out of that comfort zone, like that comfort zone that's very, nice to be in because it feels comfortable, right? It feels cozy, right? And yeah, I have gotten very nervous before going out, like not even knowing what I'm going to say, or just being almost, just not even knowing, right? But like still showing up and doing what I can do with what I have and growing little by little.
I want to say something really quickly. I don't think we've mentioned this before, but I think this would be a perfect opportunity to talk about it. When I got on the line with you, right, to tell you a little bit about the mastermind and about the opportunity of sponsoring, I remember telling you, right, that we're looking for a couple of mortgages to sponsor, and then you challenged that a little bit, and you were like, okay, so why do you guys need multiple people, multiple mortgage people? And I told you, like, obviously we're not exclusive, but I say that because even though we were looking for someone else, it didn't really work out, whatever, you still said yes. Even with the opportunity or the chances of having another lender there, you still dared to say, yes, let me go ahead and sponsor. So I think that says a lot about you and how you're just you just go for it, which is awesome. So just congratulations to that. If you would have been like somebody else, maybe you would have been like, oh no, I don't want to, whatever. I don't want to, compete with anybody or whatever. And then look at, we would have never been here. So congratulations to that.
Thank you, Talia. That's very
Absolutely.
nice.
Yeah.
So let's kick it off with our next guest and how this even went down. I think she remembers better than me how we met, because when we met, I was in the middle of, oh my gosh, a whirlwind of things happening, changing, and moving in my life. But I'm gonna let her kick it off with how we met, because actually we met the year before. So I mean, we met in 2022 is when we really met. So kick it off, my friend Maddie G.
Hello. Listening to you guys talk, it actually started bringing back the memories of how we met, and thinking back to that initial Monarchas event that I had registered for. Didn't know that I was going to be able to make it or not. I was at a point in my career where I was working on maintaining a good balance with my schedule, right? And I kept getting text messages about the event, and I was like, I just don't know. And now thinking back to it, it was Talia that I was chatting with, which is even funny to think about, because it did not dawn on me until this moment that I was chatting with Talia about the events that you were having. But I was hesitant. And, yesterday I talked about when we have that intuition and that gut feeling of sometimes we don't want to do something, but there's something in us that pushes us to do it. And so I ended up showing up, and it was towards the very end of the night. It was the first networking event that I had been to, hosted by you guys. And it was a great event. And at the end, I remember just kind of working the room towards the bar, because that's where everyone was congregating towards. And I was just like, I was captivated by your voice, Lucy, and just hearing the way that you spoke so just like eloquently and with posture. And I was like, who is this lady? And then I kind of like leaned over a little bit more to the little booth that you were sitting in. And then I started talking with Brianna, who I had no idea at the time was your daughter. So started chatting with her. She introduced us. And then like instantly we were like, oh my God, we both have sparkly nails. And it's like, it has been forever that was like the immediate, instant, initial connection. And it just went from there.
Wow. So that was the beginning of something powerful, because the first week in December of 2022, after pushing this event every month after month, with the uncertainty. And that's the biggest thing, guys. I mean, for anyone that's watching now or is going to watch later, whenever you set out to do something big and great, uncertainty is always going to be, running alongside you. It's like literally, I mean, I speak from experience, and that's why I think God has brought me down this path, is because, who is going to be that lighthouse to tell others, listen, it's okay to feel scared and it's okay to feel uncertain. You just got to keep going. So it had been over 18 months of doing these meetings and month after month, because I made a decision, my next mountain of success is not going to be me behind a desk. I want to be out there. I want to be that beacon. I want to be that lighthouse that so many other people can find their way, because I'm just going to unleash. I'm going to shine. I'm going to let my light shine to the point where other people will find their way. And I knew that was going to take a servant leader. It was going to take zero ego. It was going to take taking me being in the shadows while other people were shining. And I was okay with that. I was ready for that. So I remember that in the first week in December, I wake up one morning and literally, I don't know, I always say I don't tell anyone what to believe in, but as far as me and my house, we believe in the Lord. And I remember I'm like, okay, we're about to, what am I going to do with this going into January? And I remember this little still voice said, I want you to take this event to the biggest venue you could find in Fort Myers. And I want you to put together the biggest event you've ever put together. And I was like, oh, heck no, now I'm really going crazy. Long story short, I remember I challenged that voice and I said, well, if this is real, then you're going to have to show me who's going to help me, because there's no way my staff is going to be able to help me to put this in the biggest venue in Fort Myers and do what I felt in my heart was to come. And it was vision builders. We're here to build vision. It's time to bring forth the vision and unite the people that are going to be part of a vision building empire community. And girl, you and I had just met a little bit before that. I think we met in October. This was December. And you were the one that came to mind. And I said, okay, if she says yes, then this is you. And take it from there as we, move this forward. I reached out to you. It was a Saturday morning. I remember I was living my mamita life at the moment, which meant I had my grandbaby with me. But hey, I can juggle two things at one time. And I reached out and I said, I've got to talk to you because I got to tell you about something that I'm thinking. And you remember what happened after that?
Oh yeah, we got on a call and you were like, I believe your words were, you're probably going to think this is crazy or something along those lines. Because again, we had just met. We had brief communication from the point in October that we met to the Saturday morning that you reached out, and you were just like, I have this vision and you're the person. And I was like, huh? And you're like, it's you. Like, I have this vision and you're the person that has to do it with me. And I don't even know that there was really a second guess, to be honest. It was just like, okay, sure. What is it? I said yes before knowing what it was.
And you know what? That's what gladiators are made of. That's what a gladiator of change is made of. It's having that belief, that blind faith to say yes. I mean, and that's where Vision Builders 2023 was born. And we did it at the Sydney and Bern, the biggest venue in Fort Myers. And then to make matters even more challenging, I said, and I'm not keeping a penny. Every dime that we make from that event will go to charity. And, you were instrumental in doing that. And for me, that was my very first philanthropical event, because my ultimate vision is I will be a philanthropist, not just here in my area, but in my country, Colombia. And it was like, okay, I guess I just got put to the challenge. It's like, I'm going to give all this money away. So we're literally working for free. But it was so powerful. I had my friends from New York come and they were speaking. It's like God brought everyone. Yeah. And here we are now going into our up and coming, most powerful Southwest Florida Real Estate Mastermind. And it has evolved and it has grown, and people have met people, and the eagles are flocking, and the blessing is flowing, and the atmosphere has shifted. And I don't know what you guys expect for this next one, but it's going to be powerful. Not because of me, but because of the one that's in me that is leading the way. I just get to be the servant steward.
Honestly, I'm expecting like Vision Builders 2.0. Like, there's people today that still talk about how just amazing that event was. And I know that event was just a catalyst for us to know what is possible and what we're capable of. But that's just a fragment of what's to come. I'm so excited for this next event.
So Gus reached out to me the other day and he was like, Lucy. And when he spoke to me, I was like, okay, is this good or bad? Like it had so much emphasis. It had so much behind what he was saying that I'm like, is he happy or is he upset? I'm just fired up. I'm just He started sharing with you what was going on in the community, and this is just got me lit up. And I'm like, is he ranting or is he raving? Which one? And then I realized he was raving. He was raving because he's like, I'm ready to unleash. And that is the atmosphere that I was entrusted with creating. It's people that are going to light up their fire to the point that we will ignite other people. We are here to be servant leaders and ignite other people, So I was like, oh my gosh. And then it made me dawn. It said, okay, so let me ask exactly what has transpired from two and a half years almost of labor in the lives of those like Gus that have been running with us since we put it on that bigger lane highway. So tell us, Gus, a little bit about how you feel. I mean, you've been my number one ride or die sponsor since last year in June. I mean, the man does
Let's
not let go.
go.
Don't let nobody take your space. There's people coming for you, you know.
That's not possible. No, I first and foremost, when I called you the other day, it was from a place of just absolute gratitude, and just feeling absolutely blessed, and literally just wanting to reach out to you just to kind of get, pick your brain and on, what I want to speak about and whatnot, but also just to tell you, like, thank you, because of you, like, this entire thing would not be possible, but also the amount of things that have happened in my business, in my personal life, in so many areas of my life, that have just gotten so much better, is because of what you have built. And I've been sponsoring it from back in July, and I'll continue till the wheels break off, which I don't think they ever will. But yeah, like the amount of change that has happened for me, and I'll kind of go into a little bit of detail about it. For my business, like I was not in a good place when I showed up to that first mastermind. I'm new to the area. Real estate agents weren't trusting me. My business was not doing well. And I have met so many great people from this mastermind. And I was literally telling you the other day, I'll be the preferred lender for 2 different brokerages just from this mastermind. And that's just been an absolute blessing. And another thing that, I don't think you really realized, but, me and Mari G are getting coached by the same mentor, Ryan Zofe, and he went to one of the masterminds in October, and then he went to the one in January. And because of that, now we're both being coached by him, and I can speak for myself. I know Mari G can speak for herself too, but that has been absolutely life-changing. The personal growth and the things that I've been able to break through is astronomical. Like the things that have happened in the last few months are things that would take people years. And so that's all been part of the mastermind, which is absolutely crazy. But I am absolutely blessed and thankful and just grateful. I was literally on the phone with my mom yesterday, and I was just in tears, just telling her how grateful I am for where I'm at, for what's happened in my life, from moving to Florida, from California. Moving out here has been one of the biggest blessings of my life, and I wouldn't want it any other way. And I'm so thankful for everything.
Oh, thank you, Gus. Thank you, Gus. Thank you so much, because, it's impossible to know what happens behind the scenes, right? It's impossible to know what happens after. All I can say is that once I finish one mastermind, I'm thinking of the next one, because for me, this is a mission. This is a mission of serving my community. This is a mission of changing lives. This is a mission of being that lighthouse. When you read the story of the lighthouse, it's what's there when the ships are in the open ocean going through a storm and they cannot find the inland, and the story of why I say that it will be for another day. But I just want to thank you publicly for, having taken your time to pick up that phone and call me to thank me. Because a lot of times with the excitement, not that people are not grateful, but you know what? It makes a difference when someone says, thank you so much. Look, if it wasn't, and you're I think you're the second person that has literally reached out to me. If I miss anyone, I'm sorry, but that has gone out of their way to say, you started this. But you know what? I don't take the credit. I have to give the credit to where credit is due, and that's to my CEO, God, because listen, You know how they say the cemetery is filled with potential? It's like literally the richest place on the planet because there's so many people that are buried with their potential. And I remember when I decided to reinvent myself for the third time, I said, I'm going to show up to my funeral empty. I'm leaving it all on the playing field. And that's where this vision came in. And I just say that to encourage every leader out there, stop looking within and start looking from the inside out, which is really where change begins, is from the inside out. Because at the end of the day, money's not all. I had all the money, I had all the titles, I had all the accolades. I've been there, done that, and I still wasn't satisfied. So thank you, Gus, for that appreciation. I'm so happy that, Ryan came out and accepted 2 of our invitations. And I'm also happy that he's been, gigantically blessed by the Southwest Florida Real Estate Mastermind, because, that's what it's about. That's what it's about. It's not what we get, it's what we're able to help other people get. So, I'm happy that came from there. So, yeah, so the next one is going to be, my phone is blowing up. Who are those speakers? Who are those speakers? But you guys, Marissa, you're going to be our MC because you've got that gift of being that connector, that, fire fueler, that igniter. Tell us how you feel about that.
Gus raising the roof. Thank you. I'm just honestly just very excited, very blessed. I, on a smaller scale, have done things, but Lucy, you are really the first person who gave me an opportunity to be on a big stage and to tap into that gift and recognize how I can be better in that gift, right? I think the beauty in what all of us are doing as a collective with the same mission and vision is realizing what gifts we all have and tapping into those gifts. And publicly, thank you for giving me that opportunity to be on stage, to tap into the host of Madi G. And I'm just really excited because from vision builders to today, it's not even the same Marissa. Physically, I'm in the best health I've ever been in. I have invested money and time into just being the best version of myself that I can be, to be able to go out and impact lives on the scale that God has destined for me. So I am just almost at a point of being speechless, which is very hard for me. Because if you know me, you guys know I'm a talker, but this just feels so monumental, and not just for me, but for all of the people that are going to be in this room. And, one thing that we talk about with our coach is that with intention, disruption follows. I almost didn't make it to your mastermind in January. I was sick. I was in the hospital 24 hours before that. But there was
you messaged me. I remember.
I did.
I was surprised you showed up because you were facing, a health challenge.
Yeah. But I just knew that there was something in me, right? Sometimes there's that thing that we can't explain, whether it's gut feeling, intuition, the Holy Spirit, whatever we want to give it the name of. There was just something in me that said, you need to go. You will be okay. Because a lot of times we have our own inner fears, and we put so much emphasis on our fake fears or on our uncomfortableness or whatever it was in that moment, right? We knew it was a health situation, but I just knew I had to be there regardless. And I knew that I was going to be around people who knew what I was going through. So if something were to happen, I knew I was going to be okay. That gave me a sense of peace. But, being able to go to that first mastermind at the embassy and being able to see what you created, because I was gone the last 8 months while this started happening. I was gone. And so that's another story for another day. But to be able to see it from afar, just from pictures and videos, to then be in the room, for anyone who misses this event, they're crazy. I'm just going to put it out there. If you have a desire to grow as a person, to grow in business, you need to get your ticket now. because we will sell out. And once they're out, baby, we're out. And you are not going to want to miss it.
There's going to be, if anybody misses getting their ticket, not for nothing, guys, but listen, Mari G is going to be our MC. I mean, that is a gift in itself. You know,
I am unleashing this event.
Say that again?
I am unleashing this event.
There you go. Gus is one of our speakers, and you know, I don't know what he's gonna bring, but all I know is it's going to be huge, right? Because I know, and that's the beauty of the Southwest Florida Real Estate Mastermind Network. We are a network. That's why it has that word in there. We are a network. We're a people for the people. It's one for us and all for one. You know, we're here to succeed. Like I've always been saying it, one hand up and one hand down. This isn't about competition. This is about completion. This is about, hey, have you guys seen, imagine for a moment, have you seen those videos of competitors running? The other day I saw one where one of the runners fell, and the person that was on track to win the race turned back, picked them up, and took them over the finish line. That's who we are. That's the kind of people I want to have on my corner. That's what we're building, where it ain't about the clique. It ain't about the ego. It ain't about, you know, who's going to be on top, like lobsters. You've seen the lobster syndrome, right? It's about, listen, I am so full. Come and take what you need, because there's more where this came from. I don't know where I just got that from. There's more where this came from. What do you guys think about that?
I love it. And kind of going what Talia had said earlier about, you know, when I first asked, like, if there was going to be other mortgage companies and stuff like that, like, you know, there's enough for everybody, right? And, you know, to be completely honest, I'm not for everybody, right? And that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. And, you know, it's a place where we collaborate and kind of just put our minds together, because two minds is better than one, right? And so just being able to be in the same room as like-minded people, it just does something for you. It does something for your soul. It does something for your mind. It just puts you in a place where, you know, you're literally in proximity with people that are doing the damn thing in the industry. So there's no reason for you not to be in there, in that room, and share our ideas and everything that we're working with everything that's happening in our market, right? But yeah, I'm excited.
And the exciting thing is that, you know, the best is yet to come. You know, I am just overflowing with an even bigger perspective of where this is going. Talia is my witness. I had a meeting on Monday with a local leader, and we started sharing about how this even evolved, where it started, where it came from. And this person literally, you know, one of the things I said made them tear up. And I said, did you just get emotional? And this person said, yeah. And then this person said, you have no idea where this is going to end up. Like you have no idea where this is going to end up. And this is the only idea I have. You guys better get ready. You guys better get ready, because let me tell you, we are on a mission to just, you know, make a mark. And I'm so blessed to have you guys with me here in Southwest Florida. We're not Miami, we're not Orlando, we're not New York, right? But that's our opportunity. Our opportunity is to make a mark. Our opportunity is to be those gladiators of change. Our opportunity is to level up, rise up, and show up. So you guys better get ready. I know Monday we have an exciting meeting. We're going to be sharing more about this, but you know, we're just getting started. We're just warming up. We're just warming up. So I'm going to let you guys continue this conversation with Talia a little bit longer. I got to get back to my coaching that I've been in for the last 5 days, preparing, getting myself re-engineered and you know, revamped for what's to come. I really believe it. The best is yet to come. So thank you so much, Gus, for your gratitude. Thank you, Marissa, for your gratitude as well in your service. And continue this conversation for a little bit more. Tell everyone why they should be there and share more of your stories, guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Lucy.
Awesome. Okay, so let's start off with that. Why should someone be there? I know we touched a little bit on that with our stories and our testimonies, but if there's someone watching right now, maybe they just clicked the link that I put to the event and they're hesitant. They're like, should I make this investment? Should I go? Talk to that person right now. Why should they come to the next mastermind? Go ahead, Mari.
I was gonna let Gus go first, but okay. Honestly, if you are someone who is just at a point in your life where you know you're meant for more, where you know that you have more to give, but maybe you just don't know what that next looks like, this is why you need to be in the room. Maybe you've had tons of success, but you know that there's a next level. Be in the room, because I promise you, the speakers that we have, the stories that they're going to share, the impact that they're going to make with their stories, but the connections that you're going to be able to build with other individuals in Southwest Florida who are on the same path, who have the same mission to make an impact, to grow, and to just leave it all out there so that we can all win. Better if you are a real estate professional, or if you're on the support sidelines like I am, or maybe you feel like your industry has nothing to do with real estate, you still want to be in the room, because at the end of the day, we all have one mission.
I love that. I love that. Thank you, Mari. Gus, what do you have to say? What do you think?
Well, just listen to my testimony. Like, if my testimony isn't enough, from having very little to no business to flourishing and having several partners because of this mastermind, and just the personal growth that I've done in the last year, that says it all. I don't know what else to say about that.
Like you just got to get your ticket. Stop hesitating. It's definitely going to, like Mari said earlier, it's going to go fast. It's going to sell out. I mean, we sell out all the time. Like every single time we put this together. I mean, the last time when I think when I mentioned this, I was like, we broke records in so many different ways. I mean, we had the most attendees, we had the most sponsors, and then we sold out the fastest as well a few weeks before the event. So, there's definitely a need for it, and we're super excited to just put it all out on the table, bring the best, deposit the most value. And you definitely want to shake hands with people like Gus and Mari, because they just want to give it all. Like, just come, and they're going to shed light. They're going to, pour into you, because again, they're just, look at them. They did the best. Like, so I thank you. Thank you. I'm the one behind the scenes as well. Like, I'm putting this together. I'm helping Lucy put it together.
You're the one that's next on stage. That's what you are.
Hey.
Chill.
Listen, what you're doing, Talia, not to downplay what you're doing, it takes a lot of work. Like, even me speaking from the perspective of having been Lucy's running partner for Vision Builders, when you put on events, there's a lot of behind the scenes that have to happen. And it's almost like you see the glory, you don't know the story. You're the story, Tali. You are what makes this possible, because there's so much behind the scenes that has to happen. So I need you to pat yourself on the back, girl, because this is not possible without you as well. So
thank you guys. That means a lot, Mari. I've learned so much. This has been a journey, just based on that, right? Like putting it together, seeing what it takes to put, an impactful event. And then for me, like just walking away and seeing like it unfold and how people connected. And, I think that's just the best part out of everything. It makes everything worth it. All the headaches, all the stress, the tears, everything is like, oh, wow, this is why we do it. Right. Yeah. So I thank you. I thank both of you. And for the time that you took today as well. Like, I mean, you guys took 45 minutes out of your time to come here, share your stories, share why everyone should be coming to the next one. I mean, like I said, you don't want to miss it. You don't want to miss it. So I appreciate you guys. We're going to end this with a quick commercial of the last mastermind. And then we're going to call it a day. We definitely have to do like a part 2, kind of go a little bit more deeper as like we get closer to the event, because I know there's going to be more that we're going to want to share. So stay tuned for that one. And yeah, if you're watching this, go ahead and share the live, share the, the information for the events. Even if you can't make it, I mean, share it with a friend, share it with a business person. You never know what they can get out of it as well. And they'll thank you one day. It's like, wow, thank you for sharing that with me. So, any last words before we close it out, guys?
Yes, I want to say that as a special treat, we have VIP seating for the first 50 tickets that are purchased. And guess what, guys? That's not VIP pricing. It is the same price. So first 50 people, no additional charge, are going to get VIP seating. And so I'm just saying, them 50 are going to go real quick. So make sure to get your ticket.
Yes, thank you for mentioning that. Definitely. And the link is there. So go ahead and click that. So first 50 VIP, let's go. All right, Gus, any last words before we close it out?
You don't want to miss it, so get your ticket now.
Let's go. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. Until the next time, we'll see you there. Take care, guys.
Thank you guys. Love you guys.